All right, as everyone comes in, I'm going to be preparing to call a radio show. I'm supposed to have Jamal Milton on this time. We couldn't get him on last week. He got the dates mixed up, but we're ready this week. So for those of you coming on, just give me some time and I'll get everything set up. We're going to get right to this interview. It's already time to call in. So just give me one moment, family. As you guys are coming into the room, you'll see that we're going to be looking to reach out to Jamal Milton. And it's going to be time to get going, family. I love you all. Welcome in. And I have great news, by the way, too. So just stick with me. Welcome in, family. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. What's up, Nisha? Peace, Dave. Shoot me a comment, family, if you're in the room, and hit the like button, please, while I get this set up. 996-642-8000.
Welcome to Vonage Meetings. Please enter your meeting PIN and press the pound key. Sorry, your PIN is invalid. Please check your dial-in and meeting PIN and try again. Joining your meeting. Press *7 to mute or unmute. Actually,
Peace, family. How you guys doing?
Yes.
Hey, this is Kevin. Hello. Absolutely. It's yeah, sure. Can you hear me now? Yeah, sure. Can you hear me?
Hey, I told Kevin he was a smooth talker.
Hey, man, I can't help it. Peace. Can you guys hear me?
You got your speakerphone on, Kevin?
Yeah. We all good. We ready to rock.
Okay, so that's it. All right, remember talking to the mic, Kevin.
Yep.
You all be ready to go. Hey, Queen, count to 10, Queen, and start your show up. Okay? Now.
Peace, love, and light, family. Peace, love, and light. The power to the people show brought to you by Bob Live. Leave us fooling around PBS and Pinhead Entertainment. And this is the roundtable discussion with Jamal A. Milton, founder of the Lighthouse and Jesus Faithful merchandise. Also co-host King Kevin Wesley, the founder of Living Religion Workshop and Born Winners, clothing and more. Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods.
Peace.
King Jamal, tell us more about the Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse is an organization that's international now. We started off locally. We started off on the internet, actually. And then we just started to mobilize across the country, focusing on, just the awakening, focusing on being active in the streets after you're awakened. Because there's many things in the consciousness, you have I post memes type awakening where, we're aware of what's going on, but we're not really participating in the culture. So we have to assist people that are fairly new coming into consciousness and on how they can be effective, now that they're awakened. Because many people ask me, they say, I love Jamal Milton. Okay, now that I know the truth, now what? Who do I worship? What do I do? How do I become more active in the knowledge that I now know? How do I apply it? And that's where we help to segue individuals who are woken up to be able to use the knowledge they now obtain it in everyday reality and everyday life. So the Lighthouse is a group of people who come together. It's more like a family more than an organization. I think that's what's special about the Lighthouse. Like they really genuinely love each other as brothers and sisters. In the conscious community, we all say, hey, brother, hey, sister, but we don't necessarily treat each other like our brothers and sisters. In the Lighthouse, that's a requirement. You know what I mean? Like, so that's how we move. That's what the lighthouse is about mobilizing and applying the knowledge that we obtain.
Okay, you've been volunteering since 2010, doing work in the community. Tell us about the different works in which states or city that you have been and that you're currently working towards.
Well, we just finished our first Flint initiative for Flint, Michigan. When we went out and we were distributing 40 gallons of water to 10 families every weekend until the end of the year or until the pipes are fixed, whichever one comes first. So we raised $5,000 by selling our T-shirts, like the one you mentioned earlier, Jesus Fake Blood shirt, and the Lighthouse T-shirt. We raised $5,000 for that, and then once we posted that $5,000, we also got brother Joey Badass, rap artist, to donate another $5,000, a good friend of mine, and that got us to $10,000. And then from there, once people started to see the work that we were doing, online in Flint, we actually went out to Flint and we saw that, that it was real. Another representative donated another $1,000, so we raised at least $11,000. That's at a minimum. It's been more since then, but that we're utilizing to distribute water every weekend to family members out in Flint. Now, each lighthouse group, no matter what city that you're in, there's probably about 20 of them, 20 or 30 in the major cities across America. They're all required to do community service in their own area. Every area has this specific area of need, right? So each area is responsible for a couple of needs. Flint just happens to be water, right? In Atlanta, they have working out, like Lighthouse Gym is based out of Atlanta. In SoCal, they actually have a little bit of a water issue out there too, out in Southern California. So every single lighthouse has their own initiative that they're driving, that they're taking under their wing to push their own local community, and that's how we get it done. That's how you mobilize. Everybody takes care of that one city, because all the cities are taken care of. If you're doing your job on your end and we mobilize, that'll make us stronger. We're only as strong as our weakest link, right?
Yes. Okay, you mentioned Jesus Fake Bra. Okay.
Right.
So tell us more about your line and how to purchase Jesus Fake Bra.
Jesus Fake Bra T-shirts came about from a video live that I had done. When you first awaken, you come out of religion, you're unsure of yourself. There's stages to it, like I mentioned earlier. So Jesus Fake Bra was one of those videos where it was like, you know what? I'm just going to come right out and say it. I'm going to be blunt and just let you know. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was benchmark for me to be able to say that, because you're talking to a brother that spent 30 to 35 years in Christianity. I was a pastor's kid, my mother and my father, and they're still ordained ministers. So for me to be able to publicly say that, I had to actually do a full paradigm shift in my entire life. You know what I'm saying? It's like literally coming out. Like the LGBT community, when they come out, that's a big deal for them. It's the same thing when we're dealing with leaving religion, outwardly stating it, if you're actually connected and you're actually active. Some people leaving religion is not a big deal. They want to active anyway. But I was one of those who was very, very active 6 days a week. I was in church. You know what I mean? And that one day, that one day off, you know what I'm saying? I was probably reading my Bible or, writing some gospel music or something, you know what I mean? So that was my lifestyle 24/7. All my friends and family members were Christians, born again, depending on their sex. So the Jesus Fake Bra thing came out, really the people created it. A lot of people look at Jamal Miller and they say, Jamal Miller, when you come up with these ideas and stuff like that. Yeah, I came up with the idea of the Jesus Fake Bra thing, but then I had the idea of the T-shirt until I did my first lecture, and somebody showed up with a shirt on that said Jesus Fake Bra on it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow, that's crazy. They're like, yo, you need to push these. And I said, all right, let's do it. Let's make some. You know what I mean? And that's how it happened. I said, all right, let's do it. Let's make some.
Right. The wake-up call. Tell us more about the wake-up call. The wake-up call. Tell us more about the wake-up call. The wake-up call. Tell us more about
Hey, everybody, go to www.betheevolution.org and get your I Support Being shirts. They're only $15, family. www.betheevolution.org and get your I Support Being shirts. And then post a picture so I can share you. Peace, peace. Peace, peace. Is everything all right?
Yes.
Okay.
My bad, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. Yeah, so the Jesus Faith situation came about from the support of the lighthouse followers and the whole family, doing what they do, just wanting to put the message out there on their own. Then it just segued into an actual teacher. And we said, you know what, like, I'm not going to take money from this. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather take that, the purchases that people buy from t-shirts and put it towards the community. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people go back and forth to church and they're praying and spin on their hands and wait for you to come down and do something. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to use this type of message to bring in revenue, let's take that and segue it back into the community so they can see that you can be a part and be a factor on your own. You don't have to wait for God to come down and do something for you. You can do it for yourself. You know,
Thanks.
giving that authority, you want to deal with religion. Whatever God you worship gave you that power if you need to do that. God can't work without human shoes if you want to use God. You know, I'm a Kemite, so we don't believe in God. You know what I'm saying? But I understand the language of people that do. So, if God gives you the power, you should be utilizing it because God's not going to come down and part the clouds for anybody. He hasn't done that. He do that for your grandmother. He do that for the slaves on that damn slave ship. He do it for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So until you get to that point where you realize that you are an instrument for God's work, you're always going to be having problems. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole purpose behind the Jesus Faith movement. The t-shirts is just a way to provide revenue so that we can help service our community.
There's a positive impact on the community. Now we got to get some of that down in Columbus, Georgia. I heard you mention Atlanta.
Yeah, right.
And our promise to you, we want our youth.
Yeah, we have Lighthouse Kids. Lighthouse Kids is still online, and we're actually working on a curriculum right now through the Shrine of Ma'at, which is my home shrine here in Harlem, New York, under the instruction of Jabari Osage. And we're trying to work on a children's curriculum. The children's curriculum, that's something that everybody wants, but it's something that you can't just rush because, we don't play around with the babies. You know what I'm saying? You can make mistakes when you're dealing with adults, but with these babies, we ain't trying to mess up at all. So we want to make sure that we're targeting the children properly and that they're getting a strong foundation. Because if they got a strong foundation, they can take that and then take that anywhere they go, and it'll stick with them. So, we're working on our Lighthouse Kids curriculum to teach children, especially our young black children, what their origin is, where they come from as the originators of the planet, and all of it. People think that I'm anti-religion, but I'm actually not. I just want the truth about religion to be revealed. And let the people choose for themselves. Let their ancestors choose for themselves. And then people will be able to tell what's going on and what religion was really purposely used for. That it was with its true intent is for.
Okay. King. Jamar, now, I heard you mention ancestors. Now, awakening for some people, like you said, it's a process, and nobody will wake up at the same time or level. Okay, but then to reach or to realize that we need to pay some tribute and honor to our ancestors other than the white boy they call Jesus.
That's right.
And to get the people to understand the ancestors, the Bible calls them angels, but we call them our ancestors. And I think that's where the lack of knowledge comes in at, when in that awakening process. You lady mentioned that they want to know who they worship now, since they don't believe in the white boy Jesus. They call Jesus. So the thing is, that awakening process to worshiping our ancestors. Now that's a process. Now, you do meditation.
Before we move on to that, I want to make sure that it's put in the right context. You aren't supposed to worship your ancestors. worship other gods.
Yes.
We are the deities, and that's the heart of God. Understand that we are the gods. They created gods after our image. You know what I'm saying? So when you really dig into it, you realize that your ancestors are you. So by serving yourself and edifying yourself, your ancestors DNA and genes. So that's automatic worship, like you taking care of your own temple, your own mind, body, and spirit. That's essential.
This is a really radio interview for those who are coming on.
You can't look at it as your ancestors as being an outside entity. Your ancestors is inside of you. See, religion teaches us to always worship God outside of us. But in order for us to be great, it has to come from the outside. You know what I'm saying? But in African spirituality and the sacred sciences, we teach that power comes from the inside. Everything that the ancestors is supposed to give you has already been given to you upon birth. It was formulated while you was in your mother's womb. Everything that you needed to survive and to be great was already there. That's why I watch the Kevin Western, because that's what born winners is about. Because you were born to be great already. See what I'm saying? You don't need anything extra to be great. You don't need to give from another entity of everything with this body, though, to give you that power, which you recognize it for yourself. It really becomes easier to say, you know what, I show love and respect to my ancestor, boom, 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 because this is what I learned from this ancestor, this is what I learned from that ancestor. I got no problem with speaking about Harriet Tubman. I got no problem with speaking about King Ramses or Shaka Zulu or Mansa Musa, because their bloodline is within you. You know what I'm saying? It's different than saying, oh, I'm going to go and kneel down and pray with Jesus. Hopefully,
trying to get that sound to y'all, family.
Whatever you want to pray to, it doesn't matter. Those are outside.
Does that help?
If you ain't speaking from that entity coming from within, the whole focus is on.
Does that help, family?
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you, do you mind if I squeeze one in here? I want to rap with my homie real quick. So for those of you that are familiar, you know me and Jamal already rock, you know, so this is not nothing that's a shock to you guys. But Jamal, you were just talking about, of course, ancestors and all. So I want to run something by you. It's like, well, you know, like you just said, you know, people they look at it as something, they take it and they do it as something spooky. Like I saw a post the other day where it's like you exchanged God for universe and you exchanged spirits or angels for ancestors, and they think that we're being spooky. And what I try to explain to people is everything that we're saying can be demonstrated. The problem with their beliefs is they cannot. We are not saying that there are our ancestors floating around in the form of ghosts and spirits outside of us. We're saying that they exist within our DNA. They passed down who they were to us. So I tell people, like, say, you're a born winner. You are the ancestors' best hope. Through millions of years of procreation, they passed down everything they had to you. You are the last hope. You can have your grandparents that you've never saw, somebody who could have gotten hung on a tree. You could have their cheekbones and you didn't even know it. You could have your ancestors all the way back from before slavery. You could have some of their resemblances and not even actually be aware of that, because your DNA is them. Like you wouldn't be you without the people that came before you. So in reality, it's like they think we're being spooky by saying that it's a spirit outside of us, but we're not asking our ancestors to come through some spirit realm and change our reality via some spirit or ghost like we did Yahweh. We're literally saying that all of the gifts is tangible. It's in you. Your ability to speak, your ability to sing, rap, whatever that you do, these things were already in you. We talk about how a woman is born with her eggs already inside of her. So she has all her babies already. It just takes conditions and time to bring that out of her. And it's the same way with us. We're going to unlock certain gifts. And, you know, we hate to even say gifts because that presupposes that someone gave you a gift. But we say, let's just say talents. You know, when those things come out of you, these things were literally already in you. And it just took pressure or circumstances to bring that out. This right here is indication that it's DNA that we're referring to. We're not responsible for our vessel nor our ancestors. So we come through a line of people who really passed it down to us. So we're working with what they gave us individually. Like I consist of every person that ever came before me. Don't you see how powerful that would make me within my own mind? Every person before me contributed to making me who I am. And they said, Kevin, you are best hope. And see, if Jamal thinks that way, right? If Callie thinks that way, and every individual person that's within our groups think this way, we can go out and conquer the world, because we actually understand that it's within us to do it. And nobody's about to do you any favors, right? I mean, am I just stating my thoughts, or is this consistent with you as well? Would you agree with this, Jamal? Would you say that when you see people saying that you kind of stand where I stand? We're not talking about a spirit like a outside entity. We're talking about the very being inside of you, the things that you can't see that you're not responsible for, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the ancestors can't work without you. They went through you. The same way in religion, they need God to do something. You know, if God needs you to do something, the ancestors need you. You know, to flex that muscle that they gave you. That's what it's about. It's not angels. See, angels is the wrong word. It's more of angels. It wasn't supposed to be angels. Angels never existed. The word is angels because we are all life beings. You're seeing at different angles, reflecting and absorbing light. So when you look at that and you realize that all these different light beings are inside of you, everybody that you see is a reflection of those light beings. Like that's just powerful in itself. And then you realize not only that, we're all one and the same. We're just reflecting off of each other, bouncing off light. Like this is all scientific stuff that you can look up. This is not like smoking. You can break it down to its molecular structure and realize that everything, singular cellular organism, every person, place, and being is a singular cellular organism working in tandem with other singular cellular organisms to bring about an act. And human beings are no different. So if you move like that and realize that we can mobilize one another and bring about change and be a living, breathing organism, think about how much power that would be. If you look and you see a bird flying in the sky by itself, it probably won't even catch your eye. But when you see 5,000 birds moving in unison in the same direction, everybody stops. Cars stop moving. Everybody get out and take a look and say, wow, look at what's going on. Because you're looking at unity. You know what I'm saying? Same bird, but they're unified. And that's what black people have the ability to do, that we're turning away from. And that's what religion teaches you to do. That's the flaw of religion, that it teaches you to separate yourself. It'll teach you to separate.
I'm trying my best to work on the sound, family. So I'm gonna move this around and tell me if you can hear him better. Okay, I'm trying my best.
They call for
Now, at some point in time, we got to realize that we need each other. We all got to come together, and we got to learn how to agree to disagree and move on. You know, to keep building. Yeah, that you keep building. Regardless of what you're doing, if you got to tear down a little piece and do it over, do that. You know, but with black people, like what we do is sometimes we get mad, right? If we hear something weird like we're too far against our religion or our doctrine, our philosophy, or the lack thereof, when we see something we don't like, we turn around. We want to tear the whole thing down.
Is that better?
I always give the analogy of.
Is that better, family? Okay, cool.
And he don't know what you want. Black man get mad, black woman get mad, she want to tear up the whole store on the way out. Instead of saying, like, thank you, I'll go to the next store. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna knock over the darn bread and the little trinkets they got on the counter. You know, that's uncalled for. We can't do that with our own people. You know what I'm saying? Go and do that on the people that's actually oppressing you, but don't do that to us. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta keep building. So that's where we at with it.
yes, and you mentioned what I'm getting is a mindset. It's a pattern, that anger pattern. And I believe in meditation. And remember, we were taught to count down from 10 to 1. But in meditation, we're listen from that anger, removing that anger, and listen from that lower step into a higher step. Tell us more about meditation, the benefits of meditation, the diet of meditation.
Ooh, I like that. The diet of meditation, because it is something that we have to practice ritualistically. When you're dealing with meditation, that is the form of going within. You see, prayer teaches you, like I said, to ask for an outside entity, right? To give you the power that you need or the thing that you want. With meditation, you manifest. You don't ask anything when we meditate. We command and we manifest. You see, we visualize. Not with our two eyes, but with our original eye. What people call the third eye, but with we Kemites, we call it the first eye. Because that was there before your two eyes. It created your two eyes. It told your body how far apart to put your two eyes so that you can see clearly. You see? So that first eye is what you need to tune into, because that's the thing that creates all things and manifest all things throughout the universe. So that first eye in the form of meditation has to be cultivated regularly. I see this. That first eye has to be cultivated regularly in order for you to understand how it works. It's the most important part of your body, that pineal gland, tapping into that through meditation. I tell people 15 minutes of that is better than 15 years of prayer. 15 minutes of meditation will manifest what you want in 20 to 30 seconds compared to 20 to 30 years asking for somebody to come and drop it off to you. See, so, and here's the thing about meditation. It's so powerful, right, that for some people, they don't need to do it until they get their mind clean and clear. You got to have a clean heart and a clean mind to meditate. Because people don't realize that you can manifest the good as well as the bad. See, if you have a heart full of doubt, if you have a heart full of concern and worry, right, the very thing that you worry about is what you will manifest in your destiny. Because the universe doesn't understand what your intent is. It only understands the language that you're speaking to it, which is, I'm talking about doubt. I'm talking about the things that are happening bad to me. I'm visualizing those things right now. It sees your visions more clearly than it sees your intent. So many of us are losing, and we're saying, why can't I overcome this obstacle? How can I do this? Why? Because you're too busy working on plan B instead of completing plan A. There shouldn't be a plan B. If you are, there is no plan B. You work on plan A because the moment you create a plan B, you set yourself up for failure of plan A. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's how we move throughout the lighthouse with all the goals that we set. We say, no, our goal is $10,000. $10,000 is what we're going to give to Flint, Michigan. So we ain't going to stop until we hit 10,000. Some people fell by the wayside before we even hit 2,000 because they was already looking for plan B. Well, maybe we just come give them a couple cups of water. Like we actually have people saying that. Why don't we just go to one family and give them some bottles of water? Like that's going to fix the problem. You know what I'm saying? They had to fall by the wayside because they working on plan B and we working on plan A. You see what I'm saying? So meditation helps you to move the pieces around. When you meditate, the universe moves the pieces around necessary for you to complete that certain function of that which you are seeking to complete. The universe acts immediately. The moment you actually click into meditation, it's starting to happen. It's happening for you. And if you know that, you don't have no issue. You don't have no problems with anything that you're not distracted by anything that's going on when you're trying to reach your goal because you know all you got to do is stick with the meditation and everything's going to be all right. In church, they say, Jesus, take the wheel. In this one, you're actually taking the wheel. You're driving the car the whole time. You ain't worried about nobody crashing because you know you drive. It's different.
Now, I'll say, Jamar, isn't it crazy, man? Like when we talk about like meditation and like you were saying, we all the time say, Jesus, take the wheel. And you have many believers who will argue that we have free will, right? But I say, like, how can we have free will if we end our prayers with, Lord, your will be done? If we're always pledging allegiance to his will, how do you in turn have a will? Because when we pray to God, asking him for his will to be done, you're saying if it's not my will, then your will be done. So in everything that you're praying for, you're asking God for all these things, but then you're saying, but God, if it's not in your will, then I understand if you don't give it. So but when you meditate, you're not cut off. You're not reduced to another being's decision on whether they want to bless you or not. It's up to you to manifest that in which you want to conquer. I always say, like, is it meant to be? And what this means is it in your mentality to make it manifest? Is it meant to be? M-E-N-T. Is it in your mentality? Because we no longer live by this concept that we got to get together and pray about it. You know, let's talk to God about it. You know how when Jamal, you remember being saved and being in church. You ask somebody for a favor, they want to pray about it, right? And then they come back to you with some excuse where the Lord didn't lay it on my heart, right? But you feel like the Lord laid it on yours, and therein lies a confusion because who do we trust? What I feel like God said to me, or do we trust what you feel like God said to you? And it mostly leans to who has the better position. So if your pastor says that God told him that you weren't ready yet, but you feel like God told you, then I guess you was hearing from Satan. And it's all this confusion. So meditation is between you and your higher self. I said last week, man, meditate, look in the future, and see yourself 10 years from now. Pull that person back and open your eyes and go be that person. because you don't have to check with nobody to approve that. You can be who you need to be now. No need, you don't got to wait for a future. See, we was taught to wait on the Lord, but now we realize this person does not exist. So who are you now waiting on? You got to be waiting on yourself. So take responsibility for your own life through your meditation and get up and go out and be great, man, and stop waiting on somebody else to open a way for you. It's silly.
That's right. That's right.
Like you have the power and you giving it to somebody who don't even exist. And you call it prayer by way of prayer, saying your will, but then you profess to have free will. No, you do have your own will, but if you only take that within yourself and actually go out and be who you need to be and not pray to somebody, go inside of you and deal with your inner workings and then change you from the inside out. And that's the way you do it. Yeah, get off your knees and stand up. It's just sad to see. Women say this all the time when they walk into a room, when they become conscious and they walk into a room and see their husband, who is supposed to be the king, on his knees praying to an imaginary figure, asking that figure to change their life when you have the power. Like, you actually can change this, but you praying though. Like, wake up and challenge yourself, right?
Yes.
Jamal, the benefits of meditation versus praying. What would you say is the benefits that you receive versus, because you obviously we both came from prayer lives, like we both came from this, right? Like, but I stated last week the difference that I had saw between when I prayed to someone and meditated within myself. What would you say is the difference? Let's start off with prayer and then go into how you manifest things for yourself now using meditation, because someone would say, well, if you're sitting there meditating, then that is a still moment where you're not actually doing anything physical. So how does that benefit you over prayer? What would you say to that?
I would say with meditation, it forces you to fix the things that have not reached the level at which is required to obtain that which you are asking for. In meditation, in anything that you get, in most cases, the reason why you don't have it is because you don't deserve it. Period. You don't deserve it. Either you haven't worked for it or you haven't acquired the knowledge to actually obtain that. So when you're meditating, meditation forces you now to take a look within to figure out what is it that I lack, that I need to be better at so that I can achieve that. The reason why you haven't reached that level is because you have not grown to that level. You see, the success is not in the end. The success happens in the journey. You see, any boxer, any sports player, anybody that got a college degree will tell you that their success came about when they was in the gym. Their success came about when they were studying. Their success came about when they was in the sparring match. That's what meditation is. It gives you the tools that you need to be great. Because it's not coming from somebody else. It never will. It's always going to come from you growing in that moment and therefore being able to obtain that which you are asking for. That's the first thing. So then once that actually happens, now the universe is working in your favor because you're strong enough. You have the momentum and the energy to complete that which you are asking for. So now all the pieces that are in place, sometimes those other pieces are other people. Sometimes you got to remove or add people into your life to be at where you're at. You can't walk into the room with the same friends that you had when you was growing up into a millionaire conversation, because some of those are non-millionaire friends can't talk that language. You might have to leave some of them home. You see what I'm saying? So the universe will prepare you to be able to have that conversation, to walk into that boardroom with a million people and put the right people in front of you, to put the right friends or associate business partners next to you so you can have that right conversation. And you'll get all that through meditation. It will be revealed to you in your meditation. You say, you know what? I don't think I should have brother so-and-so with me when I do this one, or sister so-and-so with me when I do this one. I might need to go alone for this one, or you know what? I might need to bring this person with me to get the job done. You see, that's the thing that you start to recognize. When you're waiting for somebody else to do the job, it ain't going to never happen, because can't nobody do it the way you want it, the way you would have done it. And that's what meditation does for me. It's instant. You ain't got to wait on it. You ain't got to wait on the Lord, no nothing. It's going to happen immediately.
Ain't that it, bro?
Too fast before you right.
Ain't that it? You ain't got to wait on nothing. Did you hear that? No, like that's the wordplay. This is the freedom that you have. You don't have a weight on anything. You're completely free to do what you do. I mean, no weights. I mean, literal like pounds and pressure that seem to weigh you down. You don't have a weight on nothing. There's nothing between you and your future but ignorance, air, and opportunity, baby. There is no God that needs to open a door for you. Literally, all you have to do is become cognizant of what you want and manifest that crap. Everything that you see in this world came from the mind of man. I'm talking about words, math, language, calculation, the understanding of religion, airplanes, space shuttles. Everything that you see in this world started off in somebody's mind, and they manifested that out into reality. This is the difference in between, someone said on my live, be a predator or a prey. Think about this, prey, play on words, P-R-A-Y, P-R-E-Y. One means to be eaten by someone in dominion or stronger than you. The other one means to prey to someone outside of yourself. Both are consistent because if you want to stop being a prey or a prayer, you have to do the same thing, take responsibility for your life. If you put me empty-handed in the jungle, I'm no longer at the top of the so-called food chain. But if I use my mind and create instruments to protect myself, I'm no longer someone's prey. A lion would have to think twice if I manifest tools to protect myself. So we are only prey because we don't take responsibility. And we only prey because we don't take responsibility. It's the same thing. You are prey because you pray. Stop praying and you will stop being prey. It is a fact, yo.
Yeah.
It's a saying, black folks pray too much.
And we are too much the subject of people, of their predator. So we are their prey. You see, like we always looking up, asking somebody outside of us to come and intervene. Man, this is silly. No one has ever shown us. No, this cannot be demonstrated. We was asking this. We were praying during slavery. We were praying during Islamic slavery. We were praying during Christian slavery, asking them not to hang us and praying to God that we get into heaven, even though they chop our balls off, even though they emasculate us and set us on fire. We were praying then. No one came to our rescue. And we're still praying now. When will we realize that it's not about who you talking to? It's about what you do. It's about action, man. You can't ask somebody to just treat you nice. You stand in a weaker position. Just the fact that you even thinking about asking them to treat you nice. Like you're asking someone else, man, you got to demand that. I tell my daughter, my son is their whole life. He who demands nothing less than the best often gets it. If you accept less than the best, you're going to get that too. So if you allow people to treat you in a certain way, they're going to. 99% of what happens to you is what you allow, man. So stop allowing people to run over you. Get off your knees and take advantage of your life. And take advantage and take control of your life. That's what it's about. It's not about being in this position where you always, on guard, asking some God to do something for you, man. Obviously, this God don't work that way. Even if one existed, it don't intervene, bro. Look at the world. People die of starvation all the time. It's time for us to go inside and stop putting our energy outside. I mean, just look at nature. Nature shows you this. When trees begin to grow, they start from the inside of the earth, number one. The plant starts from the inside of the seed, number one. And when the fruit actually manifests outside of the plant, it grows from inside of the tree. Like, this is a fact. So everything happens from the inside out. If you're working out, yeah, sure, you're lifting weights. And physically, it seems that you are working out on the outside of your body. But until those muscles change on the inside, you ain't going to get any stronger, baby. So you got to make sure that you're focusing on all those extra things around just pushing the weight. You got to take the time, make sure you're getting the right sleep, get the right knowledge on how to work out so you don't injure yourself, the right knowledge on what to put in your body while your muscles are healing. And this right here induces growth. It's not just the pressing. We got pressure on us all the time, but until we put thought into what we're doing, we're not going to get any stronger, man. That's why I appreciate having somebody like Jamar on to talk about, what meditation does for us and how we need to use that to literally yield a different life. We giving you the codes here. I'm going to ask you a quick question, Jamar. It's like, I want to ask you, like, as far as this year, I've seen that you've been doing amazing things, of course, with Flint, man, and your music career seems to be really taking off and doing wonderful for you. But what else have you been up to this year? And what do you have planned for like the remainder of the year? And obviously, I think the gala was this year. The gala was this year, correct? Wasn't that this year? Or was that late last year?
We're gonna have. We did the game last year. We're doing it again this year, but this year we're going to be doing it in Africa, in Kemet, and probably in Luxor, or one of the ancient cities. We're planning that right now. But they actually just put in that paperwork yesterday, I believe. So we're waiting on to hear back from that this week. So our next trip to Egypt is December the 26th through January the 3rd. We're spending the new year in Africa, in Egypt, and we'll be doing the gala at that point. But what else we got going on? We got the family reunion going down in August. We got that going down.
Hey, what's that date, big bro?
That we're going to be doing What's that?
What's that date in August? I might show up.
August the 10th, I believe. It's in North Carolina.
Oh, dang, you're right. You're bringing it right to my state of mind, baby. The state of mind.
Exactly.
That's dope.
So that's in North Carolina, yeah. So that's going to be really cool. We have the wake-up call, which is happening July the 12th through the 14th. So we have all of the major heavy hitters coming out to New York. We got Brother Ben X, Mr. Islam, Tazara Pab, Red Pill, Brother Umar, Dr. Umar Johnson. They're all coming out to Long Island. This is Dr. Umar Johnson's first time coming to Long Island. And we're doing a 3-day summit, a 3-day cleanup of the community here on Long Island. And amongst the lectures and, the building of politics, what we do, we come together. That's going down July the 12th through the 14th. So everybody's flying out for that. That's going to be crazy. Actually, just for the people that's on here, possibly bringing Joey Badass out that day as well, too. He's probably going to pull up with me. So y'all are only people that will probably know that. But we got a couple surprises going on that weekend. So don't want to miss that. That's going to be crazy right here in New York, Long Island.
Dope. And you heard the brother mention Egypt. For you guys that don't know, this is something that we are doing absolutely together. Myself and Jamal, we joined a travel business where we wanted to take the world, the people who support our movements, the people that we're waking up consciously across the world, because we realize that going to different places offers perspective. Seeing different places offers perspective. Believe me, family, if we had seen the world, we would have not accepted some of the paradigms and constructs that we live by. The fact is that people in other places, they get along without these things. And we think that they're actually essential to having a decent life. But when you go to these places and you see how these people live and how things are done, it gives you perspective to think about your own life, and you can apply it to your life and see it differently, because you can see the world as a whole. If a person talks about people as being racist or evil in their nature, they could be very much telling the truth, but they could be teaching or talking from their own timeline or their own specific geographical area. So the goal is to expand your view so you can see the world intuitively, right? So you can see it all together, so you can actually make a good assessment of the world. And so that's the things that myself and Jamal would like to do, is take you guys across the world, let you guys see a lot of these great monuments, but also see the people and how they respond in their culture. And this will give us the ability to actually take that back to our world and invoke change and challenge our own people. So if you guys want to be a part of that, just make sure that you join. And I'd asked Vicky, I think she did throw it in there. If you guys already rock with Jamal, make sure y'all go and join and go through him. If you rock with me, join and go through me. But we're going to end up in the same place together, family. We're going to see Egypt. This will be my first time going. Jamal, like he said, went last year. But for all of you guys that's on who are interested in doing that, holler at us, man, because we're trying to make this to where we can it will just be us. And we will do more of these trips where it's just conscious people traveling the world. If we don't get a good turnout this time, we may have to share these type of things with other people. And what we're trying to do is take us all. We want you guys to fill up all of these slots. So make sure that you make this a good run so we can continue this stuff. Okay. So just that being said, I just want to let people know that this is with Jamal going to Egypt and all this stuff. This will actually be something that we'll be in there together. And I understand that Jamal's having a gala. I'll probably obviously be at that. I love this type of stuff, family. I love building with the people. I'll probably be out there in August the 10th to support my brother. I supported one of his events in Atlanta. And of course, I went to Texas and did the gala with him. And everything I've been around with Jamar and his team has been absolutely amazing. The people that follow and support Jamal are amazing. It's a great unit, people. So if you out here and you looking for a team or people, family to mingle with, of course, the Lighthouse, and then of course I have Be Evolution or the Kevin Wesley group or the Born Winners group on Facebook. And also the Be Evolution community app for you guys that are looking to join with people. Jamal's team is really good about, like he said, treating each other like brother and sister and really challenging each other to grow. The same thing with ours. So if you are lonely in that aspect and you're looking to get out and mingle with more conscious people, I encourage you all to do so, man. This brother here, he's been solid for the last, 2 years. I mean, Jamal, I've known you for almost 3 years now. And like, I remember waking up from religion and people were turning me on to you. And I ended up reaching out to you and saying, man, I really love what you're doing. Why don't you come on to the show? And we've been rocking ever since, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, me and Kevin did a great marriage because, you know, he has a good perspective on being able to break down what the religion is doing to you. And then, you know, I have a good background on specifically the sciences of it and how to bring it back to the history, the African history of its origin. So it always works out. Like, if me and Kevin are in the room, it's going to be hard for any Christians to survive in their religion talking what they're talking. Because we're going to hit them with everything. And they're going to have to talk. They're going to have to talk that talk. They're going to have to prove what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? And most of them can't. The majority of them can't. Well, I don't think any of them can, really. You know, so where we are right now, as far as me and Kevin and what we're building collectively, you know, it's just a good marriage, a beautiful thing. And when you come out, you know, you don't have to be ashamed in what you believe when you're around this type of energy. You know, the gala is there so that now you can actually dress the way you want to dress. You might look silly walking outside with your Dr. on your day-to-day, but in that gala, everybody's going to be dipped out in the African apparel. You know what I'm saying? Just taking pictures and showing how beautiful that. You can tell who the kings and queens are when you walk into the gala. You're like, oh, yeah, he definitely got that DNA. You know, when we walk into the gala, it's just something different. The energy was amazing last year that we did in Dallas. And I can't wait to do it again this year. But this time doing it in Africa is going to be even more special.
Facts. And you know, and I hate to even say it, but I was chilling so hard at the gala. I'm just playing, man. I'm totally kidding, man. But listen, man, I'm just saying, like,
drink water.
Say what?
You couldn't even drink water at the gala. He wasn't feeling good at all that day. But
I went through a whole bottle of water at the gala when I couldn't even take sips before because the energy was like, as we were all going through taking our turns and doing our lectures, getting our little rhetoric off. I noticed, man, I done went through a whole bottle of water, yo, and I'm sitting here mind blown because I haven't taken in that much liquid since I had the surgery, and that was August the 8th. When was the gala?
Man, that was
like December. No, the gala was not. It was after that. Huh?
Okay, it was later than that.
Yeah, it was like later in the year because I was healthy enough to make it. I spent like 3 or 4 months on bed rest before I could even get out there. And it was November the 3rd. Okay, yeah. So yeah, from August to November, man. Imagine this. August to November, I hadn't been able to take in a bottle of water in one setting. Now, while this was an hour-long event or a couple of hours-long event, I haven't been able to come close to that, family. And just sitting there listening to the dialogue, listening to the rhetoric, I went through the whole bottle, bro. Like I could tell my body was healing just by being around that great energy. So I'm telling you, man, if you never experienced it, getting around all these beautiful people who are clothed in their African garments and stepping in this place with this confidence that you really haven't seen before, and it's like an instant confidence. Jamal, I remember there was something that you said at the end of that lecture, man. I'll never forget it. You said that this type of look demands respect, and if we actually walked around like this every day, people would treat us differently. And you know, because your reality or what you wear shapes how people treat you. You know what I mean? And it was like, wow, now that's deep, bro. Hey, if you don't mind, like, speak on that for a minute. What you said, because a lot of people weren't there to hear that. Tell them what you mean when you say that. Like, it's very important on how you present yourself because that dictates how people treat you. And in these African garments, people literally see you. And before you go, listen, I was nervous to wear what I wore because I never wore cultural wear. And when I got on the elevator, man, I got all this stuff on, and this guy gets on the elevator, Hispanic guy, and I'm feeling nervous. Like, I feel like he think I'm going only to a costume party or something. I mean, you know, and he goes, man, you look like you royalty. And I said, man, for real, I feel uncomfortable as crap. He said, man, you look amazing, bro. Like, get over it, bro. You look dope. And I was just like, why? I felt literally uncomfortable, man, because it was new to me. But after that little dialogue on that elevator, man, I stepped off that elevator, man, like I was ready to conquer the world, bro. And I still look back at those pictures like I'd love to dress like that all the time, man. So I'm just saying, like, I was nervous to dress that way, but I actually saw how other people saw it. And I thought they would see me as a clown. but they literally saw it as royalty. And so, Jamal, if you don't mind, man, just tell us a little bit about what you mean when you say, you know, how you dress dictates your reality, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is something that we say like you shouldn't discriminate, right? But in a sense, we all do. If somebody came knocking on your door and they was dressed like a fireman, you're going to assume that that's a fireman. If somebody was dressed as a policeman, you're going to assume that that's a policeman. If you dress like an African king, they got only one right to assume that you are an African king. So they have to treat you as such. They treat you with how you dress. We have adopted a lifestyle and a culture that is not our own. So therefore, we are subject to the bylaws and the side effect energy of showcasing a culture that is not our own. Which means they're gonna come and they're gonna beat us upside our head if we looking like a hoodlum, if we looking like a derelict, because that's the dress code of a derelict. If you dress like a king, what's the dress code of a king? You know, you should look like who you are. The first time we landed on these shores, they stripped us of everything about our culture, including our name. Not yet. It's our vibration, including our name. And there's a reason for that. Because if somebody is calling you by your name, which could possibly mean glorious king, which could possibly mean the one God will ride, which could possibly mean who you really are, then people will have to treat you as such because you're invoking that energy from the universe. So your dress code, the way that you look, and not only that, what you eat, what you drink, your diet, as we talked about earlier, all of these things dictate how people treat you because there's a vibration that comes along with that. People respond to the vibration. So if you get into the habit of looking and acting and moving like an African king, nothing but those blessings will have to come your way. Nothing but the things that come along with having that vibration will come along your way. That's how I've been able to accomplish the things that I've been accomplishing over the course of these last couple of years. When I walk into a room, I don't look like everybody else. When I leave, people remember me. I wear the same hat everywhere I go. And those people recognize me. They say, you're the guy from Yup, that's me. You're the guy from Yup, that's me. I might not remember them because they look like everybody else, but they damn sure gonna remember me. You see what I'm saying? So your dress code, essentially, is how you make an impact on the universe. It's how you make an impact on the world. Who are you dressing like? Who are you mimicking? What do you look like when you walk outside? If somebody didn't know you, never met you, and just had to look at how you dress, what would they say about you? You know, did you embrace who you are naturally? Or is your hair is filled with a whole bunch of weed, with European weeds that don't match the true color of your texture, the true texture of your hair? So that we don't really know what you look like. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all hop in the pool, you come out the pool, a totally different person. You know what I'm saying? You can't be moving like that. At some point in time, you got to realize that you in your natural state is when you're most powerful. Don't you know that there are pheromones that release from your skin? Even the soap that you wear, the shampoos that you wash in, these all affect your aura and your energy. Some of them are giving you cancer and you don't even know it. You see? But if you go and you put on some natural oil, you go out and you meditate in sun gaze and let some of your pores release the natural pheromones that come from your body. If you're eating the right way, it's not going to stink. So you don't need the odorant. If you're eating the right food, you don't need the odorant. This is your dress code. This is all your dress code. Your skin is the largest organ of the body. You see what I'm saying? So all of this stuff is your aura. Some women, they say, I can't find a man. I'm 30, 40, 50 years old. I ain't never been able to find a man. You know why? Because that man don't recognize you. Every time you come around, you somebody different. You smelling like Chanel No. 9 one day, and then the next day, you smelling like, I don't know, Secret. Like, you got all these different energies that's confusing. And he can't talk in your body. You release natural pheromones from your hair and from your skin that attract a mate. And attract good energies and positive energies, or vice versa, negative energy. So when you study this stuff, it'll take you so far in life just by understanding who you are and embracing that.
Wow.
Well, I was gonna ask, could meditation help in the rise of a love level? That Black love is Black power. That to raise the level of Black love, and you went into detail. I think you summed that part up.
Because sometimes it's not as complex as we think. We're making it harder on ourselves and working against the laws of the universe to try to complete it back. If you go with the universe moves in the least area of resistance. So if you go with your natural self, more than likely, you're going to attract a man much faster, or a woman for that matter, right? And it's going to be a real mate, one that actually loves you naturally of who you are. You ain't got to put on your lipstick every day to please your man no more. Huh? You ain't got to have a clean haircut all the time and cut all your hair off to be considered clean to your woman. She loves you the way that she met you when you was in your natural state, and vice versa. You see what I'm saying? This is what the other problem.
Yeah. Queen, you have 5 minutes left.
Continue on. Carry on. Kelvin?
Yes,
King
ma'am.
Kelvin.
Yes, ma'am. It's Queen. Can you hear me, Queen?
Your theory? Yes, on your theory. Because that was my question. Could meditation bring you as far as the love level that Black love can continue? Could raise up to a higher level. When King Jamal brought it out and said, sometimes the toxic person can be the individual.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to realize that your energy can be toxic as well as someone else's, and understand what toxic means. It's something that it's kind of like a virus. It's like say a computer virus. It catches on and it spreads itself. So having a toxic type mentality doesn't make you by nature bad, but you need to discover when you are toxic, because when you are toxic, you are literally polluting the whole thing. It's kind of like they say, one bad apple just spoils the whole bunch. So when you recognize that you have toxic energy, and it could stem from your trauma. It could stem from things in your life, like how you were raised and things of that nature. I mean, I'm working on some content right now. It's called Religious Atheists. And what that's about is people who they don't believe in religion, but they still live their lives very religiously. Like, say, men who come from backgrounds that are not necessarily religious, but they still operate in misogyny. And this stuff is backed by religion. So you still operate in a religious way by thinking that you dominate women just solely because you have a penis. And this is silly. And we do this all throughout our culture, where there are many things that are backed by religion that we actually live out in our daily lives. And so you can ask a person who's absolutely not religious, don't pray to a God at all, but their mind will still be tainted with this type of toxic information. So if you have this, it is an individual problem, because it's up to you as an individual to take responsibility to weed that out of yourself. But you can become bad and become poison for everybody around you if you don't. Because if you carrying out this type of behavior and you're behaving yourself in this way, that's not conducive to having a healthy world. We're not trying to build a world where it's dominated with men who think that they own women. Like, you understand, we're trying to create a world where our women who have been subjected to this type of misogyny, silent treatment, told they can't speak in church, can't speak up in the home. This is silenced a lot of truth that come through women, a lot of wisdom that come through our women. Most men will tell you, man, being raised by a woman, without her, you don't know where you would be. Without your grandma, your nanny, nana, whatever you call her, Gigi, whatever you call her, you know that she was a very influential person in your life in terms of giving you information and structure. So we know that the woman is powerful, but the church and religion has removed this power from the woman and given it all to the man. And so what we're trying to do is create a world of balance where we understand that men have knowledge and women have knowledge, man, all the same. So you shouldn't, delegate power to a certain individual based on a gender. That's silly. It should be based on the person that is most qualified for that. We all stand in the position to be able to be the way or the door to our people. And so we can't limit that to just the male physical anatomy. That is silly. And so Jamal's absolutely right. This type of behavior that is toxic can definitely be catastrophic to what we're trying to do. We don't want that. And if you think that way, we encourage you to stay far away, because we don't think that way. And although that, you may not be religious, that's still counterproductive. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. King Jamal, would you recommend meditation to remove negative spirit? Negative vibes or negative energy is the word. Yeah.
I'll say this. That's an impossibility. You see, that's a religious concept. That negative energy is necessary. You see, we have to learn. You have to learn to embrace the negative energy that you have within you and learn to be used properly. The universe, the true laws of the universe never taught us that you can eliminate negative energy. It taught you how to balance it out, which we call ma'at. Because you can't have one without the other. This is what the biblical text was talking about when it says, "Do not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil." You see, because you're not supposed to have knowledge of the opposites of good and evil. You shouldn't eat from that tree. Of playing one higher than the other or lower than the other. They are one and the same. You can't have Jesus without a devil. You see, you can't have God without a devil. You can't have a left without a right, an up without a down, in without an out. You wouldn't be able to define it.
You're right.
So
1 minute left. 1 minute.
Once you embrace that negative energy is the key in meditation. That's what meditation does. It teaches you how to balance it out.
The brother's right.
King Jamal, give us information on how to contact you. And
You can reach me. You can reach me on Instagram at Jamar JAMAAR. Make sure it's 2 A's at the end. JAMAAR. You can reach me on Facebook, Jamar Milton, JAMAAR MILTON. And the music you can find on everything: Spotify, Google Play, iTunes. Whatever it is, the album 9, Jamal Milton, check it out. New one coming out soon. We'll have Joey Badass on it, a bunch of heavy hitters.
thank you, King. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamal, for joining us, bro.
You know I want you on this table, this round table discussion.
Well, let you know how to find me.
All right, then. Peace to the God. Peace, love, and life, now.
Peace, family.
Peace, Kev.
Peace, brother.
All right, got it.
Fantastic. Awesome. Okay, well, I appreciate it. I talk to you guys. See you guys next week. Same time, same channel, right? All right, great. She may have gone. It's just me, brother. It's okay. I'll catch you guys next week, brother. Yes, sir. Peace. You're welcome, man. Bye. All right, family. So that was a decent interview. Definitely, I say a great interview. I was going to say a short interview, but with Jamal Milton and the things that he's doing within the Lighthouse and the things that he's going to be doing in the future, his music, his mission, so forth and so on. So that's cool. If you guys are looking to join him, you heard him give his information. So make sure you guys are looking into that, okay? Thank you, Jamal, for your time. And again, it was wonderful. Next week, guys, we'll be having someone else on. I'll keep you informed of who that will be. But before we get off, I want to let you guys know I have some absolutely amazing news, all right? I'm going to let you guys, well, I ain't going to have you guess because there's just no way you would know, right? Okay, so y'all remember the page that I worked so hard to build? The Kevin Wesley B page. I got it back. Like, I'm very excited. I got it back. My brother, LA Truth, he had some connections and he was able to somehow get it back for me. It turns out that my personal page, which was the larger page of the two, I can't get that back because they deemed me a hate group. So they take your personal page and they deactivate anything associated with it, but they can't actually deactivate a like page or fan page. So while they took my personal page and my personal Instagram page, my like page has been laying there dormant. Of course, I couldn't find it because it was deactivated. My brother, he reached out to some people, man, and he finally found my page and he got to the page and went into it and made my new Facebook page the moderator or the owner of this page. So I have that page back now. I won't go crazy and just go in like I was going on it, but I really do love the opportunity to reach out to all the people that's been following and supporting for so many years, because when they cut me off, that's 200,000 people that I no longer have access to, so they try to force me to create all my platforms from scratch again, and they know what they're doing. They know how hard that is to do. And so I feel like this is a win for me, even though I lost the main page and the Instagram, because, hey, I got my like page back. I started working on that about maybe a year after everything had happened with the viral videos and so forth and so on. But that's 2.5, 3 years of hard work, man, that was just gone like that. So if you type in Kevin Wesley, Be the Evolution, you'll find the page. It is back. And I'll actually go live from that page in a minute, just so I can let everybody know exactly what's here, right? We back It's time to get going. Again, I won't use this page to the extent that I used it the last time, because I don't want to invest all of my effort and work into something and they just take it from me again. So what I'm going to do is I will be going through this page and taking videos from that page, lives that are not on YouTube, and converting those to YouTube, so I can have that material. That's very important material to me. That's my intellectual material. And so I want to have that. With those pages being gone, I didn't have access to that. So I will be doing that. I will be using this page to give you guys information and things of that nature. And if I do videos, they will be very, I would say, not on the topic of necessarily religion, God, or anything that can make believers, I guess, say I'm targeting them, because this is these guidelines that Facebook has set up. It's their app. It's not mine. We can do whatever we want on my app, but because who they gonna complain to but me, right? Join my app, okay? The Be Evolution Community app. I'm gonna post that again in the group. So yeah, follow that app. Just hit that link right there, family. It'll take you to the app. Download that. So let's focus on building our app until we get off of Facebook or whatever. So so that we can make the app that we have now, our community app, huge. Then people will want to join that and be more responsive on that instead of Facebook. I understand that, the Facebook is where you got all your friends and where you got all your content, but absolutely it works for Android. You can actually go into the Android store and just type in Be Evolution Community app, and it's in the Android store. However, if you do have an Apple, let me show you how to do it real quick. All right. When you guys download the Be Evolution app, okay, there is at the bottom of it. Let's see if I can get it to show up. It's not going to show on the camera, but there's on the bottom of the, if you have an iOS or an Apple phone, at the bottom of it, there is a square with the arrow pointing up, okay? When you hit that square with the arrow pointed up, it'll pop up and show you this screen right here, right? This screen right here will allow you to, it says here at the bottom, add the home screen. You see that? With mine, let's see, let me try to get the show up clearly. It says add the home screen right here where I'm pointing on this side right here. Add the home screen, and of course Dropbox, and the other ones are make a bookmark and something else. But you want to add that to your home screen, and when you do that, it would appear on your home screen just like that. Let's see. I hate that this camera is not really trying to show it like that, but yikes, it ain't gonna show it. But it'll be the Be Evolution app nonetheless. It'll go to your phone, and you'll be able to work with it just like you would if it was an app inside of your phone. I couldn't get Apple to approve it fast enough, and I really got tired of having y'all hold off until we got it. I want you guys to go to the Q&A wall whenever you go inside the app and just express to me what changes you'd like to see. If it's difficult for you to navigate, I'm learning it myself. So we're going to work together to make this app as dope as possible, family. So I'm still working inside the app to get it to where we want it to be. I'll be adding things as we go, as we grow. It takes money to do this, family. So the more you guys support, the more we'll be able to do with this app. But what this app is going to do is give you guys the ability to connect with the people who think like you. If you want to go hang out, hit the location part of your app. People will know what city you in. Then y'all can start mingling from there. When you go into the app, you have the Kevin Weston community group where people go in and post pics and post comments and things of that nature. You'll be able to do that like you would, so to speak, in a Facebook. It's not set up just like it. I would like for it to be as close to that as possible because it's easy for us to navigate that stuff right now. But I see people right now already requesting to come into the app. That is super dope. I'll be getting to that to let you guys come in. It's $2 a month, guys, to join the app officially right now. I'm allowing you guys to come in just as a trial period. Again, if there's some things about the app that just don't really work for you in terms of navigation wise, just still join. With your support, I'll be able to have the monetary funds to be able to increase this app's ability to be able to, compensate you guys in that way by way of your experience. All right, so just work with me. This is the startup. It is a nice app, but just understand that this is my startup, and a year from now, this app is going to be way better, and you guys will be able to say that you helped me build it from the bottom. Again, we all looking for people to connect with. We all looking for people to build with that think like us, and I try to provide you guys the opportunity. This is not something that I raise money for. This is something that I use my own money and earnings to give to you guys. So I really appreciate your support. And when I lost my stuff, but that really had me thinking, man, if I'm gonna lose all my stuff at the drop of a dime like that, then I need to have an ability to have my own stuff that nobody can take from me. You know, while Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and these social media tools are amazing, they're not ours, man. And they have a need to satisfy their other clients. So if you have a whole lot of clients, a whole lot of your people complaining about one person, you will feel more pressure to cut them off or to remove that person. And that's regardless of whether it's about religion or what. If you're in a business and people are complaining about some individual, you'll probably move that individual before you lose all those different people to your business. So being that we are standing at a disadvantage because we're at the mercy of them, they allowed us to create our own, information and pages inside of their apps. They can take it at any moment, family. So the key is to have our own, on our own. And we got it. It's called the Be Evolution Community app. All right. So make sure you download that and build with us, family. I would really love to have you guys join. It means the world to me. All right. So I love you guys. I will check you guys here in a minute. Go to the Kevin Wesley B app, and I'm going to try to go live right now to let everybody know what's good, and we're going to be good. All right. I love you all. Be the evolution. Be the change that you want to see, and no candle loses its flame from lighting another. Peace. Come to Be the Evolution right now, family.